Yeah, I think we got to make clear there's a tricky claim going on in the Jesus specials and some of the Jesus-anity books that are coming out. And that is, again, this difference between the earliest documents and early documents. And a lot of our Christians don't pick that up, and the students don't pick it up either, but drive that in.
Well, what you often get in the specials is early Christianity had alternative Christianities. And so they're saying there were these discussions going on in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th centuries, and again, sometimes projected back into the 1st. But what we don't have are actual documents from the 1st century reflecting these views. Okay, the only views that we have in the 1st century come from traditional sources. Now, the claim is that this material has been suppressed and so we don't have it. But we don't even see it reflected in the documents we do have, where there are arguments going on between some of the writers of the apostles and people who are believing other things that they're contending against. We don't get this developed story of creation in any of those writings. And so what is called Gnosticism in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th century is basically invisible in the 1st century and has to be posited or projected back, almost like an anachronism, into the 1st century in order for the explanation of alternative Christianities to really work in the way the alternative Christian people or the Jesus-antians want to argue it.
That's a good one.
Yeah. All right, where we want
if I could add this,
yeah.
too, it's not just the fact that we don't have these documents from the 1st century. We also don't have patristic writers from the early 2nd century who are commenting on them because they don't exist yet. It starts getting into the second half of the 2nd century where you really get patristic writers, especially Irenaeus, Tertullian, others like that, who are now saying these are the bad documents here. This is not the official Christianity. This is not the Christianity that goes back to the apostles.
You start to get some hints of it in about the 120, 130 period, but you get full tomes in the second part of the 2nd century.
All right. So the best historical evidence comes from the earliest documents about a movement or a person. And
rumor would have it that that's what would take place.
And the fact is that is the 27 books we have in the New Testament.